Hello, my name is Rob Morales, RCO Network, here on a Tuesday at the 3-4-ish hour. Can't seem to get there right, but you know, we're doing what we're doing. This week on Tailored Love, we are talking and exploring things about people, their representative, and taking off the makeup at the end of the night. So please welcome my infamous and most famous guest before the thing runs out, Miss Taylor Wood.
Hello, hello. We are back.
Yeah, back here in action on a Tuesday.
Back at it again.
So if you're watching us here on, let me get rid of this stuff. If you're watching us here on YouTube, hit the like button because you like watching what you see, because we talk about relationships every week. The nuances, the crazy stuff that Taylor goes through and does, which will surprise some of y'all out there. I heard a lot of stories just today, so wait till you hear, maybe not hear today or not. She had some crazy stuff happen.
Yeah, some crazy stuff. You guys will hear about it.
Maybe another day.
Maybe another day.
So we come every week. So if you want to leave your comments and questions about relationships and the things that we go through, we'll take those here on Facebook and on YouTube.
Yep. Give us a like down below. Comment down below. You know the drill.
Yeah. So little hard. So we're here talking this week about representatives. Mm-hmm. You know, we come across a lot of people, especially when we're dating. You know, I am occupied. I am currently not single. I'm engaged. But my young friend here.
Did you just say you're engaged?
I have been.
What?
Have you not known this?
No.
Oh, shit. Breaking news here. Breaking news at
Hold on. When did this happen?
Like a year ago. Like 2 years ago. Oh, God.
Well, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you're finding out here.
Yes. I think I should be
your
your wedding coordinator, or what's the word? Who's the person that like officiates you? That like stands there and like reads the stuff and
you just said it.
Oh, the officiator? Okay.
The officiant.
Officiant? I think I should be that.
And you should probably officiate in what you're wearing today. So if you follow Taylor on this show and every other show, she does sell products, and she actually wears what she sells. So Taylor, do you want to show us what you got today?
I sure do. So
talk about this piece. What do you have here?
So it's my top. Hang on, let me see if I can move this chair.
Do we need more lights?
No.
She's showing us her top. Let me go to the other camera because you want the full wide angle of this.
Yes, this is the May Blue lace crop top. Right now, I have it on a size medium for sizing wise. I would say it runs a little bit
and she's got this like kind of very open-esque back here.
So the back is like a nice little crisscross action. And then it's a nice turtleneck, which, yes, I am wearing a turtleneck and a long sleeve in 110-degree weather. So
yeah, because she's nuts.
So yeah, but it's really cute, super comfy. You can wear it any type of way.
And she's got some cute shorts on, and, and everything you have on today you can buy at your website.
Just the shirt.
Just the shirt.
Just the shirt.
So I'm going to go to that website right now. If you go to shopthinkpretty.com, you can pick up the selection. Let me get my face out of there. It'll be the May Blue Lace Up Crop, $26.25.
That one. I think.
Here you go.
There we are. That one right there.
So again, go to Shop Think Pretty Boutique or shopthinkpretty.com.
Bingo.
If you go there, you'll see Taylor in many outfits.
Yes.
And many pictures for you guys that are jonesing for some tailored love. She is sporting just about everything you can think of. Every boy's fantasy, she is sporting on her website. So head over and check her out.
Yes,
So
please.
we'll get off of there. No more Taylor.
No more Taylor. That's cut off.
So today, again, we're talking about relationships and the nuances that come with relationships. But the focus today is the representative.
Yes.
You wear makeup, right?
Yes.
Why do you wear makeup?
Makes me feel a little bit better about myself, you know.
So do you think, and I agree. I think there are certain things that we wear and put on, especially when we're dating somebody, that make us feel a little bit more secure, a little bit more confident in who we are.
Yeah.
Is that something that's necessary in your life?
Makeup?
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's not necessary. Do I feel less confident when I leave the house without makeup on? Absolutely.
Do you think it's like a way of like showing somebody not your true self? Because I mean, are you really this tan?
No.
Let me adjust.
Why you gotta call me out like that, Robert?
Let me adjust the color again. I had to adjust some colors today.
No, yes, I love makeup. I don't like cake my face with it, obviously, just a little bit to help hide some insecurities and spray tans. I am a big addict on. Weekly spray tans are my forte.
Yeah, I will say the pastiness probably doesn't come across too well.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
And you pull it off well.
Thank you.
But, in terms of like makeup, I think there's definitely degrees of makeup. And I've seen plenty of like videos on like women that have spent like an hour getting ready and it's caked on. And like when it comes off, it's like a completely different person.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And I would say you are on a 1 to 10 scale, 1 being no makeup, or I should say 0 being no makeup, and 10 being like full, like, I don't even know who you are when you take this off kind of thing. I think you're probably about a 3-4.
Yeah.
Definitely not too much, definitely not too little. Enough to accentuate. Like, I did notice you got some eyelash.
Yes, I do eyelash extensions, which those definitely are a necessity for me. Those make me feel the most confident. Like, I'm fine with no makeup on as long as I have my eyelashes on. But, like, obviously I have different levels of makeup. Like, if I'm going out to the clubs or, going on a date, I'm going to obviously wear more makeup because what are you trying to do when you go out to the clubs? You're trying to get attention.
Trying to hook up.
Well, no. Let's go out to have fun, Robert. But, you're trying to get attention from boys, and it's better when you have, well, I feel better when I have makeup on personally. Like, this kind of makeup, I mean, I would probably do a little bit more if I was going out to the clubs, like trying to get, a boy's attention or something. So definitely.
What is the goal, I guess, for going out? Is that really, like, I guess at 21, maybe you figured it out or what? But is the goal to meet somebody to be with for a long time, or is the goal to kind of just hook up, have fun, and party it out, or is there really even a goal? Just say, hey, screw it, this week I'm gonna try and find my love of my life, and then this weekend, not so much. I'm just gonna go party. Yeah,
I mean, most of the time when I go out, like I am just trying to have fun with my roommates and my girlfriends and stuff, and. We obviously like to get the attention from guys because then we get free drinks, we get invited out more with them.
Which is unfair. I don't agree.
Yes, being
I
a
get
girl.
no free drinks from any woman.
We get to skip the lines, we get free drinks. You can't complain. But that's where it comes back to the makeup. If we were to show up, rolling straight out of bed, it'd be a different story. But my goal when I go out is not to hook up. Definitely not. I mean, obviously I like getting attention from boys, and if they want to talk to me in the future, like they can take me out to dinner first if they want to hook up. Like, I'm not just going to hook up with anybody.
And when you say hook up, what does that mean? What is the extent of that mean?
Well, I would say like hooking up is like sex, and I don't hook up with people like that.
Unless they take you to dinner first.
no. But
She said it right here.
It's not my goal. My goal is not to hook up.
I called her out.
No, shut up. No, my goal is not to hook up when I go out. It's to have a good time, flirt around. I love to flirt around. Like, that's one of my favorite activities. But I'm not trying to leave with the club with.
Do you think there's a stigma from women that want to, like, again, you're 21. You should be doing whatever you want.
Right.
There shouldn't be any kind of like culture or anything, holding you back. If you want to hook up or if you want to look for a long-term relationship, I feel like this culture should be supportive of whatever decision you make.
Right.
And maybe not the outcome. I mean, if you have a welfare baby or whatever. I mean, that's. But I mean, you as a person, an adult, can choose to do whatever you want. Do you? I just wish there wasn't a stigma like that.
Oh my gosh, I know there's such a big stigma, and it's so frustrating because like when I go out, I'm just trying to have fun, like flirt around, have fun with my friends, and obviously I'm not going to meet the love of my life. Yeah, get free drinks all night long. Obviously, I'm not going to find the love of my life at the clubs. I mean, I could potentially, but chances are low.
Did you think the last guy you were with was the love of your life? You're going to end up with forever? Because that's kind of what that's the impression I picked up. We've talked about it before.
It's a difficult thing in my mind because like it was such a huge attachment to him. Like it wasn't even necessarily that I was in love with him because like I'd be talking to my friends about it and like I felt weird saying I was in love with him because like I don't think I actually was. I think I was more just so attached to the idea of that life and having somebody, and I liked to have somebody to go home to at the end of the day. So I think it was definitely a big attachment thing, and I was about to settle and, spend the rest of my life just settling and missing out on all this that I'm going through right now.
She's going through a lot of fun.
Yes.
I will get to say I hear a lot of stories.
Yes. Maybe you guys will hear about it one day.
But and again, going back to that, makeup is a part of that, or our presentation of who we are is definitely skewed because we want to put our best foot forward. We want to show somebody, hey, this is who we are. And I think sometimes the little things that we do give us that confidence, but some people overdo it, and then you meet their representative. You don't really meet their true person.
Right.
Is there ways that you found that would help to kind of identify what a true person is or who the representative is?
Just like in general, or like when I first meet a person, I just try and get to know them a little bit and see how they act, because I can usually see through people pretty easily. Yeah. But of course, there's times when I can't, like people put on a
you
fake
didn't know
front.
I was engaged.
Yeah, I didn't know you were engaged at all.
I put up a good front.
Yeah. But I don't know. I feel like I have a pretty good intuition when it comes to people. Like I get vibes from people like super easily. So if somebody, I can just tell they're fake, or they're bragging about, oh, I have this much money, like I do this and I do that. I'm going to be like, but what are you hiding then? Like you're obviously hiding something if all you can talk about is yourself and like what you have.
Yeah, because I think the women that over exaggerate, and I don't, again, it's a blanket statement. There's some women that wear makeup too much, or they wear like really skimpy outfits. And again, I think it's to garnish attention. It may not be the attention they always want or anticipate, because as a guy, if you see somebody in a very sleek outfit or very low cut and they're showing their boobs a little bit, and they're going to attract attention. And I think they're responsive to the right attention. Yeah. They do engage with somebody that they feel is attractive, but far less somebody that's probably less attractive than them. Right?
Yeah.
Because if you were to give yourself a number, what would you give yourself?
Like rating myself?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I'm a 10. That's for sure.
Well, I mean, we're talking about representation. Yes, I agree.
I'm just kidding. I'm not. It's anybody.
It's an obscure number.
Anybody's gonna have a different number,
We follow these ratings and we give ourselves these ratings.
Mm-hmm. I mean, if you present yourself as a 10, other people are gonna see your confidence off of you, but that's the thing, is like a lot of people lack the confidence. So when you, if you put up a front that you're very confident in yourself, and then you actually have super low self-esteem, then when you first meet that person, they're going to be like, oh, I like this person because they're super confident in themselves, like they're not insecure. Yeah. And then their true colors start to show throughout the relationship when, they start talking about how insecure they are. They start not trusting the other person because they're insecure. So.
Is there ways that you can identify, like I said, when somebody is not presenting who they are? Because we were talking, and I said, one way that I've been challenged before, if a guy has a nice car, what would one way to? I think women tend to challenge you if you're trying to front a little bit, and I think as a man you'll kind of you either pick up on it or you don't. And let's say if you approach me and say, hey, well, who bought you that car? Your mom bought you that car?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, fuck you. If I start having all these issues, then I'm probably not as secure in myself, or in the fact that I had money to buy that car, because obviously I may not have enough money to buy that,
right? Or
I'm just renting it,
right?
Because you can rent cars like that.
I test people, like I kind of try and see if I can figure them really out. Yeah. If this guy has a really nice car and they're like taking me on a really nice date or something, then I start asking questions like, oh, so what do you do for work? And then if they give me an answer and it doesn't really add up to like the amount of money they're projecting to have and their nice car that they have, then I start thinking to myself, so is this kind of like an act you've got going on here? You spend all your money on this nice car so you can lure people in, and then you're actually who knows how far away in debt. Like that's what I do. I just kind of start questioning, like very low key questions.
Do you ever give somebody a chance that may not be presenting as well? Like if somebody's nervous to meet you, like I said, I think I would give myself a 7. 8 for personality. You
got to think of yourself as a 10.
I'm not as funny. I'm just funny. But if somebody like on a 6 or 7 level approached me, would I give them a chance? And it's hard to say, because I think men in themselves are very fickle. And I want to say, I think culturally and in front of you, I'd want to say yes, absolutely, give them a chance.
Yeah.
But I guess it would depend, again, as a guy, what they look like.
Right.
It's horrible.
No, totally.
Because we do assessments like that. And I think for women, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, would you give would you give a guy like that a chance? If they were, let's say you were a 7'8",
Mm-hmm.
and they were like a 5'6",
Yeah.
would you give them a chance?
I mean, yeah, totally. All the guys, if you look at my past relationships, the guys I've dated, they do not meet my type, like, at all.
What
Like,
is your type?
that's a hard question. I mean, I don't really have a type at the moment. It was like,
If you guys are watching right now, Taylor's going to reveal her top 5 types.
listen
for a
up,
guy.
boys.
Hold on 1 second. Get out your notes and your
Get out your
notepads.
notebooks. We'll give you a second.
Get out your iPhone notepad and take some notes. Anyway, so what is your what do you look for in a guy?
I like somebody who is driven and they have like a passion to do something, and they're successful. Like, it doesn't have to mean they have money. Like, it's attractive to see when somebody has ambition and they like to go do something, and they don't just want to, not hating on like servers or anything at all, but like, somebody who is not just going to want to be like a server for the rest of their life or something like that. Like, when, they have goals and a dream to go do something, that's attractive to me. And like, honestly, looks aren't that big of a deal to me. If you look at my exes, like, they're not ugly, but like,
You have pictures?
yes, show the whole world.
You can show me. I'd be like, oh, dude, what were you thinking?
But yeah, basically just if they're driven and they're successful and they have goals and ambitions.
Well, I think that's the learning lesson for all guys. You know, they don't necessarily need to work on the abs, in which they should. I mean, working out and being of yourself is a reflection of where you're at mentally and in confidence.
Right.
You know, you don't have to have the 6-pack, at least in, not that I think.
No.
Because I can never seem to get them. But, you don't need the 6-pack, but you need to have confidence. And that comes back to confidence.
Yes.
We've talked about this before. So for all you guys out there that want to hook up with Taylor.
Oh my
So all
God.
for you guys out when they're want to look up with Taylor. You have to be confident. Be a confident man. Have some passion and really ignore Taylor briefly during intermittent periods of the day. Skateboard, do whatever.
No.
Just ignore Taylor.
Just ignore me. That's all I ask.
Slightly. Just enough. She comes back.
Yeah. Shoot me one message throughout the day and we'll be good.
Why didn't you text me? Oh, he texted me. And then you don't hear from him for a couple hours. But so talking about the way people front, and we're about 17 minutes. Can you believe that?
What?
So if you like what you're seeing, if you like what you're seeing and want to hear more about Taylor's love life, go ahead and leave a comment, like or comment wherever you need to. If you want to know her blood type or the type of guy she likes,
I don't even know my blood type.
submit your submissions down below in the comment section. Anyway.
Tall, dark, and handsome.
So again, we're here every week talking to entrepreneurs. In this case, Miss Taylor Wood from Think Pretty Boutique.
That's me.
So go to our website anytime and find out this outfit with the strappy straps in the back.
Strap.
At shopthinkpretty.com. Let me go back to there real quick so people can get back on there. Look at that. She's sporting a bikini.
There she is.
Yep. Better than Instagram. Go to shopthinkpretty.com.
Yes.
So anyway, again, we were talking about people fronting, and putting up fronts and not really revealing who they are. And I think there's different ways you can kind of oust people for that. I don't think you really should do that intentionally because we all, present ourselves in a very, best foot forward.
Oh, yeah.
And I think we tend to project ourselves because we want somebody else to be attracted to us. We want somebody else to engage with us. Mm-hmm. We may not do it in the best of ways.
Yeah.
And, for all the nerdy types out there that struggle with communication, Taylor's open. Taylor can talk to you.
Here she is.
She's open to at least a 5. You guys have a chance.
Yes, but the thing that drew me to my exes was that they had the confidence, and it's the way that they projected themselves. Because, like, if they didn't act the way that they did, just, like, so uninterested and, like, just so cocky and confident, like, I would have given them, like the time of day, like I did.
Do you think being an ass or basically a dick is a way to project false confidence?
Oh my gosh, yes, because that is my type. Like when a guy projects themselves.
So Taylor's type is being cocky or being a complete asshole.
No, unfortunately,
Just
yes.
kidding.
It is, no, honestly.
But that goes back to that whole kind of ignoring part. Mm-hmm. They're so invested. Maybe they're egotistic a little bit.
Yes.
In the fact that they are invested in themselves. Mm-hmm. And that's somewhat attractive, in the fact that they're able to pay attention to something else other than you. When somebody makes their life you, it's really unattractive. And, I've come across that too. And I've been in relationships too where the person was really focusing on me, catering to everything I did. And I've come across relationships where you got it every day. And it was just like, got fed and everything else. I gained like 30, 40 pounds and it just didn't feel right. And I'm like, ugh.
Yes.
This is too much. I got to get back to myself. And
Yes.
myself is focusing on other things, not another person.
Right. Right.
And it can be overwhelming, you know, and it's a little frustrating. So.
No, totally.
But it goes both ways.
It really does. I mean, masks are freaking dangerous things. Like, people can hide so much about themselves. So you just really got to, like, ask questions when you first meet somebody. If something seems like kind of like skeptical, like you're like, this is too good to be true, it's most likely too good to be true. Like, you're going to figure it out regardless, like whether it's 2 years down the line, 2 weeks into the relationship, like you're going to find out.
You've done that too?
What?
Like come across somebody, you're like, oh my God, this is an amazing person. How is this
Yes.
person single?
Yes.
How lucky am I to
Yes.
find this person?
Mm-hmm.
I did that once. Like about a year or so after my divorce. And I was like, okay, I was falling for somebody. And then I'm like, oh my God, I had no idea. Like who would have passed up this person?
Right.
It's like amazing. She's like she looks like a 9, but you know, I don't know. You know, and slowly revealed over time that was just a projection.
Yes.
It was a projection of who she felt she needed to be in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was almost like white lies in a way. You know, it was always exaggeration.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if she spent, you know, $50 on a bill, she would go and tell people like, oh, I spent $100 on him. It was so, and I'm like, I kind of remember that being 50, but maybe it was 100. I don't know. But it's like those little tiny white lies spread over time. And it's just like, I don't trust this person.
Right. And it just gets worse from there too.
Because it's that continual projection of something that they're really not.
Right.
You know? So that's a frustrating part. And I think if people were tended to be more genuine in their approach and said, you know what, hey Taylor, you know, I'm 40. I have this podcast thing, but most of my money I make is at Starbucks. I'm a barista. I'm only making $10 an hour. You know, I find you very attractive. You want to go on a date? Mm-hmm. She might give me a chance.
No, probably not. But hey, it's better than lying and then having to put up with this lie for so long. Like, yeah, like I make all this money doing so, and then you have to, you know, like conform your whole life to that lie. And then when the person finds out, it's like, oh.
But in that example, I think it's better just to be flat out honest. I mean, I think sometimes you hear like a no. Yeah. And I think that's probably the worst fear. I think it's probably harder for women to hear no than for a guy because, you know, normally women don't hear no's. Yeah. Guys hear them all the time. You know, oh, no, you don't want to go on a date? No. Okay.
Another perk of being a girl.
Can I buy a drink still? That's another thing. Like, guys are like dogs, basically. Like puppies. You know, as much as you beat them around, they'll still kind of come up and still kind of go for one last kind of sniffle or something. So.
Well, I'm curious to know, like, what are some masks that girls put on that you think, like, besides makeup and stuff? Because, you know, there are some.
You want to take it to the audience? I know we have 3 people watching right now.
Oh yeah,
What are some masks that people put up? If you have any experiences or anything, put those in the comment section. But
leave them down below.
But you're asking me, right?
Yes.
With that one example that I gave you, I mean, she was again. I think she just wanted somebody in her life. Mm-hmm. Saw me as successful because that's at a point where I was starting real estate and I was starting to get some recognition in my brokerage, and you know, she started seeing these events. And when you get invited to real estate events, they're pretty lavish.
Yeah.
You know? And when you're being recognized at these lavish events, you become somewhat, you know, me being an 8 would kind of project me up a little bit more, right? You know, on that scale, and especially when other people are recognizing you. And I think she got caught up in that, and she had to react to that or reinforce that or say, hey, you know, I'm an 8, 9 too, even though, you know, emotionally I'm still a 5 or 6. I'm still dealing with some stuff, but I'm going to pretend I'm going to put on this show for you and make you dinner and cook you and do these things for you to make it seem like I am worthy of you.
Right.
But again, it was done so in a way that it just didn't feel right, you know, and you have to trust those gut feelings at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, you definitely have to, because they're always going to be right.
Well, sort of, you know. And again, I was at a point in my life at that point where I was just coming off a divorce, and it was my first serious relationship after divorce.
So you were still pretty vulnerable in that state.
And I was trying to battle through that.
Yeah.
And I was trying to force myself into a situation where I'm like, okay, you got to bust through this fear. You know, it's your fear of rejection, it's your fear of commitment. Get through this shit and go for it. I ended up moving in, you know, to that person's house, and it just didn't work out because part of it was me, because I was still kind of battling my own emotions, finding my own confidence. But a lot of it was her too, you know, not being able to trust her. She's a good person at the end of the day, but just projected this image, and this person, like she even made up a story about her car getting a flat tire. You know, she said, "Oh, my car, you know, busted. You know, I was on the freeway, and I was in a meeting." And she made up this whole elaborate story about how her tire blew and she needed to get her dad help. And then when I got back home, I was like, "Hey, let me check out your tire." Mm-hmm. It looked perfectly fine.
What? So why would she need to lie about that? Just for like attention, or?
I think she was trying to re-engage with me. I think a lot of people do that in fights. I think people, women especially, but more so than men, where they check to make sure you're still involved with them. Because as a person, as a man, it starts continue to separate. Yeah. You know, women, I think, use their sexuality to kind of pull the man back. Yeah. And if it's not working so well,
they have to, you know, go to the extreme.
Exaggerate a little bit more, or blow up on the dishes, or blow up on the trash. And it's really a test for a man to really see if he's still engaged with you. Right. Does he care? Does he care about the trash, which essentially cares about me? Is he going to be mindful of the dishes, meaning is that he's taking care of the home, he's taking care of me. So it's a reflection of me. Right. You know, has nothing to do with the dishes. The arguing and the fighting really have nothing to do with the task at hand. Yeah. You know, so if I'm there and I'm proactive and I take care of the dishes before you even say something, it's like, oh, he cares enough to take care of those. So that means he's still here with me. Yeah. Have you ever seen the movie The Breakup with Jennifer Aniston? And yes, I have.
That's a great one, because that's like that's kind of like an example of what you're talking about.
It was just like these continual tests between the two of them, to the point where they just completely broke up. Yeah. It was kind of a sad ending.
It was a sad ending.
You wanted them to and then when they met again, like after what, like a couple of years or whatever?
Yeah. It's sad. It was sad because, you know, I feel like he definitely projected like a different version of himself in the beginning, and then, you know, showed his true colors, and, you know, all she wanted was like attention and like him to help out around the house, and that's just like such a good example of real life relationships.
So what do women want? I mean, gotta start my list. So guys, get out your pens, make sure they're still out. What do women want?
We want attention. We want effort. We want trust.
Hold on. Effort, attention.
Yes. Effort, attention, trust. Effort is number one. It doesn't have to be anything huge. Like, you don't have to go plan a whole trip to God knows where and do all like red roses and everything, red carpet. You don't have to do that. All you have to do is, you know, it's the little things. You stop at the grocery store on the way home, get her some flowers, get her coffee one day. You just do the dishes, do her laundry, do something nice just to like show her that you care. And don't do it out of spite or just because like you want to get her off your back. Do it because you genuinely want to. And if you're not going to do that, then don't put up a front in the first place and pretend to be somebody you're not.
So this is what women want.
Yes. Right, guys? Whoever's listening, put it down below. If I'm correct, put it down below. We just like the little things. Doesn't have to be any big gestures. I mean, of course, every once in a while, I wouldn't deny like a nice vacation, but geez.
So far on your list, I have effort, attention, and trust. Mm-hmm. I don't see any sex. I don't see any. Well, that's all I think about.
Apparently.
So for guys, it's two things: it's sex and food.
Oh, okay.
That's simple.
Okay.
There's the whole list.
I think you left out video games.
I'm not into video games.
You're also 40.
Yeah. I still play video games.
See, you just put a mask on.
No, I do.
You said I don't really like video games, and then I say,
no, I don't.
It's because you're 40. Well, I mean, I still play them.
Well, okay.
Yeah, I do. You just did it.
So I do play. I was a very avid player, I would say, about 5 years ago. Mm-hmm. And then I come to the summation after I looked at the clock on the video thing, so on the game. So I played Call of Duty like endlessly.
Oh God.
You know, and then there was some sort of like capture or something. It tells you how long you've been playing for. Mm-hmm. I had looked at that. It said 3 days, 22 hours, and 50-some minutes. And I'm like,
my God.
I'm looking at that thing, and I'm like, I've spent literally almost 4 days of my life playing a game that got me nowhere.
Absolutely nowhere.
So it was really that realization. I'm like, I gotta stop doing that.
Yeah, and then imagine like if you were to meet a girl out during this phase, and then she's like, so what do you like to do for fun? And you're like, oh, I like to work out, I like to go on hikes, and really you just sat there playing video games for 4 days straight. Are you gonna tell her that though? No.
No,
No.
that's kind of embarrassing. but today, as of the last year, I think I've maybe played about 2 hours of video games. And
Okay.
or maybe 3. I'll take that back.
Okay, 3. We'll say 3.
Because my brother plays with his kids.
Okay.
So we did family stuff.
Okay, then that's fine. That's fine.
So outside of that, I don't really care for them. I don't even watch sports.
Yeah. And I mean, if you were to tell a girl that, like, rather than I sat there playing video games for 4 days straight, rather if you were to say, yeah, I played some video games with your brother, is it? Your brother, so it's like your nieces and your nephews.
He's older than me, yes.
Okay, so your nieces and nephews, if you're like, yeah, I was playing video games with my little nieces and nephews, then they're going to be like, oh, how sweet. But then if you just say, I sat there playing video games by myself.
Yes. No,
So,
I don't do that.
masking.
Slowpoke Felito says, let's go.
Let's go.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
So as you can see, our lists differentiate quite tremendously.
Yeah.
So for a girl, you got to give a guy a slowpoke. You have to give effort. At least do something maybe that she hasn't talked about.
Yes.
Give her attention, not too much attention, because Taylor hates it when you give too much attention. Ignore her a little bit. We've established that. So that's kind of a lie too. You don't want attention. You just want enough attention.
Yes, give me enough attention.
And then trust.
Yes.
Trust. And I think trust goes for both sides, but mostly for men, it's sex and food.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Sounds about right.
I mean, as spiritual and as emotionally evolved as I become, I go back down to the basics. But that's the end of the show today.
Already? Oh my God.
Yeah, so we're here every week on Tuesdays talking about relationships and the things that transpire between men and women. So if you want to tune in next week, we'll be back here talking about things that we do in Taylor's love life.
Oh,
and
yeah.
how to hook up with Taylor.
Maybe No!
We're still we're developing a list right now. Speechless.
Oh, yes. No.
Hold on. I got to start this over again. We're going to cut. Okay, go ahead. Yes, ma'am. Last words.
I was going to say, I will tell you guys about my fun adventures on another episode, because I think that would be really fun.
So coming next week will be Taylor Woods' Fun Adventures in Las Vegas.
Yes.
We just won't say when or where or how or with who.
Yes. None of that.
So again, we're here every Tuesday talking about relationships with Taylor Wood from Think Pretty Boutique. Shop thinkprettyboutique.com and get your sporty, strappy outfits.
Yes.
For men and women. If you're a man that's very secure with himself, get your sporty top.
Get your sporty tops. Anybody can wear them.
For $26.
$26. It can be yours.
All right, guys. But oh shit. I ran out of time. So until next time, this is Tailored Love.
Tailored Love.
Rob
Thank
Morales,
you.
RCO Network with Miss Taylor Wood.
Taylor
Pretty.
Wood. Thank you.
We'll see you guys.
Bye.